Yes, welcome to a new video. 5 Erling Haaland alternatives. Why are we doing this video, guys? You jinx us, isn't it? Well, basically, you know, we all want Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland is top of the list. However, we also know we're all grown adults here. You know what I mean? And maybe not everyone, but most of us are grown adults here, and we all know that Erling Haaland is going to cost a lot of money. It might simply not be possible to get this deal over the line. So we're doing what the football club should be doing right now, and we're going to have a look at some alternatives. Bray, before we get into it though, let's set a like target. Let's go for 1,000 likes, guys, so please give the video a thumbs up. I know some of you are thinking, nah, I ain't doing that because it doesn't do anything, but it genuinely does really help us, and it's just a click. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, and go check out our sponsor today, which is Ultimate Fan app.
This video is sponsored by Ultimate Fan. Ultimate Fan have a free app where you can be in with a chance of winning money every week. You open packs every week and build your ultimate Premier League team. Think Fantasy Premier League / Ultimate Team. The person with the most points in that game week can win up to £1,500. Tweet us your teams at #CXUltimateFan. Shout out to Ultimate Fan for the sponsor.
Yes, download the app and it's free. Right, okay. We're going to do quick fire on this one, you know what I mean? And then, maybe what we can do, bro, I got an idea.
On the fly, this is planned, isn't it?
In the comment section, the person, like the player who's commented name the most,
we do a video on.
We'll do a specific video on that player.
Look at that. That's on the fly, that. On the fly, look at his ideas.
Okay, first up, Vlahovic, bro, go.
Guy seems to be bagging a lot in Serie A. A lot of people want him. I think he's got he's just rejected a new contract as well. They was going to make him the highest paid player and everything like that. I mean, they was giving him everything, but he's going, nope, I want to get off. City are rumoured to be really interested. Last year was willing to offer around 60 to it, like 70 mil around. Personal terms have already been agreed with this guy on numerous occasions. He is definitely an alternative for Erling Haaland. It's something that the club are definitely looking at because we've already spoke to the player. It's all about getting the deal with the club, and I'm pretty sure we are transfer clause FC. I'm pretty sure he has like around a £68 million buyout clause.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with this one because I know that Arsenal have been heavily linked in January actually.
The killer one, Juventus are getting linked, and that one for me, they'd probably steal it.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one, this one. I like his stats, I like his numbers, and I think this season's really, really big for him because he did really well last year. I think if he has another cracking season this year, he's defo getting a move away from Fiorentina. Keep eye on this one. I think if we can't get Haaland, this will be on the transfer shortlist for sure. Next up on the list, and it's a guy who we chased all summer, and it's that man Harry Kane. We all thought we was getting him. Everyone was telling him we were getting him. You know what I mean? City going to pay the money. We tried to pay the money, and Levy said no. Well, it's not really worked out for Levy or Kane for staying. And there was some people saying, should we go back in for Kane in January? Conte's has come in now to Tottenham, and apparently Kane has already been massively uplifted by this because obviously Conte's a top class manager. Maybe he's a little bit happier now at Spurs. He might actually think he can win something. Me personally, bro, might be controversial, I don't know. Don't want to go in for this guy, bro. I felt like the summer transfer window, it was such a drag, and I feel like all my emotions have just been shattered across the world with this Kane deal. I think he started the season poorly. I think he's too slow. He's too old. I'm fully about his glass ankles now, and I just can't even be bothered talking about this guy.
Yeah, he's the boring transfer. Do you know what I mean? He's the one where he's like, oh, Kane again. And it's this argument I don't want to get myself back into. I don't want this guy at the football club no more. I feel like he's probably happy now with Conte, like you said, and I'm happy for him to stay there now. I don't want it to go back for him. If he was, we'd have to seriously lowball it. We'd lowball that. Maybe if we lowballed it and we got him for like, do you know what I mean, on the cheap, then I'd be like, yeah, buzzing, we got Harry Kane for this much. But at the moment, he's just not doing it. He's not performing the numbers in the Prem. So for me, it's a no-go for Kane. That ship has sailed. Yeah. Does anyone
else feel like that, where they just can't be bothered going in for Kane because of everything that we went through in the summer? Let us know in the comment section below. Next up, and it's a gamble, probably one of the biggest gambles on the list, and it's DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin of Everton. I've got to say, a few years ago, I was like, this guy's a fraudulent football player. Like, how is he even playing for Everton? How is he playing in the Prem? I've got to say, I think he's turned it around a little bit. Now, he's by no means the finished article, and I do think that he's got, more gears to find, and I think he can go up a couple levels. But if he does go up a couple levels, he's going to be a serious player. He's full of pace, which I think City needs to get someone with a little bit of pace. He's a bit tall as well, so he can get headers and that. He knows the Premier League. And his goal scoring record isn't bad. If you look at it initially, you might go, oh, not great. But you've got to remember, he's been playing for Everton. No disrespect to Everton, but if he comes to City, he's going to have, the best creative players in the world creating chances for him. I think this one is a bit of a gamble. The reason I don't see this one happening, though, bro, is because the price that we'll end up having to pay for someone who is a gamble, I think it'll be upwards of 80 million, and I don't think City are going to pay that for what is a gamble.
Yeah, that is literally what I was just about to say as well. The whole gamble factor of it with City is fine. Do you know what I mean? If we went and got Erling HAALAND himself, that is a gamble in itself because you're not guaranteed. I mean, that he comes and smashes it. Like Harry Kane, do you know what I mean? Look at him this season, he ain't the same as last season. But the price for him, Everton will absolutely rinse us. They'll absolutely rinse us. So it's one of them. If we went for him, then I'd be like, oh, this is interesting. But it's not one that I'm like, do you know what I mean, gunning for.
Yeah, let us know. Next up on the list, and someone who, I keep saying he's gonna start declining with his goal scoring record, but he's not really, and it's Lewandowski. The guy's just one of the best strikers of all time, I think. You know what I mean? And yes, he is old. This is more of a short term deal. So maybe if you can't get Haaland and you don't really want to take a gamble on anyone else, but you do need a striker, Lewandowski is someone that you could get into the football club. Never played in the Premier League before. Is that going to be an issue? I don't think so. He's a physical enough player, and he's played with Pep before. I think that would work. This is a deal that is kind of weird, because if we got him, that'd mean we failed in our transfer targets and our transfer acquisition, because we've not got the players that we want, and this is a pure short-term deal. So short-term, mint, long-term, doesn't really do much for us. We've then still got to try and find the next up-and-coming, the next best striker. But if we got him, I mean, you'd have to think that we would be serious favourites to win that Champions League, bro.
Yeah, he's justice for Lewandowski, innit? He deserves a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He's unreal. He's absolutely unreal. And when Pep came to City, Pep wanted to bring Lewandowski with him. That's why the whole riff with Aguero at the start of it. I think Pep was doing his thing of like the Joe Hart thing and just going, I don't want Aguero, I want Lewandowski, I want that kind of player. Because when he was at Bayern, he fell in love with him and how he plays football and that. Do you know what I mean? He's so good. I think he'd be sick at City. I think he'd have that physical presence, like Erling HAALAND, because Erling HAALAND is just like a Lewandowski regen. Do you know what I mean? He is like the next thing, and you know what I mean? I feel like if we could get him buzzing, I don't know. I don't think he has that long left on his contract at Bayern either. I think there's not long left on it. So, like you say, it'd be a very short-term deal, but I think he'd bag goals.
Oh, he would, yeah.
For us. So, but like you say, if we get him. Basically, we're now searching for a striker. We go at Lewandowski, and we're still searching for a striker, because we can't stop, because we need to go get someone to replace him.
We would. And the last one on the list is a suggestion from a viewer, not a viewer, but yeah, I mean, he might be a viewer. Sean Wright Phillips has been talking, and he said City should look at Alexander Lacazette of Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal. Apparently he's been playing quite well recently, and to be honest, I've always been a fan of Lacazette. I've always thought he's been a pretty decent number 9. Whether or not City are going for this guy, I'd find it's very unlikely. Sean Wright Phillips thinks City should go in for him. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm not sure about it. The thing is, I've always liked him, but like at City, maybe not. In it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say what. Again, with Lacazette, is that long term? I don't think it is. I feel like I think for me, right? They like Lewandowski and Lacazette for me wouldn't be Lacazette maybe, but Lacazette. I mean Lewandowski definitely, but Lacazette nah. He would not be a summer transfer. He would not be the high profile thing. He'd have to come in January. Do you know what I mean? And then do you know what I mean? Be a short term deal kind of thing. Like not a short term deal, but he'd be there for 6 months to help us for the next half of the season. Yeah. I don't see it being a thing where our main target next summer is Lacazette. I don't see that being a thing unless we fail on all fronts, and do you know what I mean? We can't get Lewandowski. Then might be an option. But
yeah, well, I mean, he's 30 years old. Arsenal have been heavily linked with Vlahovic in January. So if Arsenal did get Vlahovic, you'd think that they can't keep Vlahovic, and Lacazette. So maybe they would have to get rid of one of the others. maybe City will go in for a little January transfer. You know what I mean? He's only 30 years old. He's probably got 2 or 3 years left.
How much do you reckon it cost?
I wouldn't be paying much more than 20 million for him. I really wouldn't. At that age, with the injuries he's had, with the form he's had over his career at Arsenal, I'd be like, mate, 20 million, take it or leave it.
Right, if I could get Lacazette for 20 million, I'd take it in January easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, Arsenal probably wouldn't take it. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts. Right, as I said at the beginning of the video, Vlahovic, Kane, DCL, and Lewandowski, and Lacazette. Put the name in the comment section below of who you think City should go for, and we will do a specific video on this. This can be, guys, you can put the player and you can be like, think we should go in for January, maybe a summer. You just let us know what you think, summer or transfer. It doesn't really matter. That was on the comment section below. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Download the Ultimate Fan app if you're in the UK and you're over 18. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit. Not another 3 PM kickoff. Did you know that a lot of City's 3 PM kickoffs are actually shown in the United States on television? For example, if you get Fubo TV, you can actually watch some of City's games that are televised in the States that aren't televised in the UK. The problem is, if you try and access that from the UK, you'll get geo-blocked, which means you won't be able to access their content. However, with ExpressVPN, you can tell the internet that you're actually in the United States of America, even though you're in Manchester, mate, which is our madness. Now, City Extra viewers can get a special discount by clicking the link in the description. You'll get 3 months extra completely for free when you sign up for their 12-month plan. So, unlock a world of new content today with ExpressVPN and support City even more.